You are now standing in front of the electric arc furnace, where scrap metal is transformed into molten steel. A large ladle, which resembles a bucket, sits beneath the furnace. This is where the molten steel will be collected. Just behind it, a ladle preheater keeps the refractory lining hot, so it can safely receive steel at nearly 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The process begins with charging the furnace. Overhead, a crane has delivered large buckets of scrap metal into the furnace. Once loaded, the roof will swing back into place, and massive electrodes are lowered down. Electric arcs form between the electrodes and the scrap, generating intense heat that melts the metal. While the furnace is running, operators on the opposite side inject oxygen and carbon into the melt. This creates what's known as a foamy slag, a protective, bubbling layer that sits on top of the molten steel. This slag helps trap heat, improves efficiency, and protects the furnace lining from damage. As the steel reaches temperature and the chemistry is adjusted, the furnace is ready. The crew prepares to tap the steel. The ladle is moved into position beneath the furnace, and the roof of the preheater swings open to receive it. Then, the furnace begins to tilt. Molten steel flows out from the bottom of the furnace into the ladle. As it pours, alloys are added along with materials like lime to refine the final chemistry of the steel. Each heat transfers roughly 47 to 50 tons of molten metal into the ladle. But the goal is precision. Inside the furnace, molten steel sits beneath a layer of slag. As the furnace tilts, operators carefully control the flow, keeping the steel moving out while leaving the slag behind. It works much like a separator, allowing the clean metal to flow while impurities remain in the furnace. Once the correct weight is reached, the furnace quickly tilts back. The flow stops. The ladle is pulled away, now filled with molten steel and ready for the next stage of processing. You may still see small amounts of metal spill or splash as the furnace settles. That's a result of the rapid movement and the momentum of the liquid steel. Next, the crew resets for the next cycle. At the furnace, a team member clears and inspects the tap hole, ensuring it's clean and ready for the next pour. Sand is added to seal the opening, holding the steel in place until the next tap. All around you, each roll is critical. The melter oversees the entire process, monitoring temperature, chemistry, and timing. Operators control the furnace systems. Crane operators move massive loads of scrap and steel with precision. And floor crews manage the hands-on work that keeps everything running safely. And every step you see is part of turning raw material into something that will power industries, infrastructure, and national defense. If you would like to be involved, make sure to visit metalforamerica.org for free online and in-person training all across the country.